Hello everyone. We're going to continue our yoga practice today, and this is still a Yoga 101 video. I will get more advanced as I go along, but I want you to come with me, and I don't want you to get afraid or distracted away from me, so I'm going to start with Yoga 101. So this is a Yoga 101 on a yoga squat. This is a really quick tutorial. Stay with me and play with a yoga squat. Some call it garland pose. So garland pose is where you widen your stance, you take your feet outside of the hip line, you bring your bottom down between the heels, and then you get into a mudra. Mudras are positions with our arms and hands. I'm going to demonstrate this to you, and I'd like you to try it with me. I would like you to look at it, try it, and like it. So let's get started. Okay, first, I might be out of your view, but I'm going to stand and bring my hands down at my hips, start with a basic standing pose called, this is a standing Tadasana where I bring my arms overhead and exhale my hands down at my hips. I then I'm going to start with a balance, and then I'll get into it from there, where I bring my toes outward like a ballerina. A ballerina. Inhale, exhale, touch forward, and then bring my hips down and place my knees out. This helps as a prep for garland or prep for a yoga squat, where it's really a balance. This is an entirely different posture, but I want you to start with working with this so that you can get the knees and the hips ready. And this is a balance, so I want to breathe. Inhale, bring my chest up. I want you to look at one thing so that you're focused. You bring your alignment upward and hands into a mudra. You can bring your hands into prayer, or you can choose and set your hands outward on the knees. And you bring your knees outward to the sides of the room and heels touching. Breathing. After doing this, I'd like you to start getting into garland or a yoga squat. I like coming out of this, stepping my feet outward, right outside of the hip line, and squat down. Now, if you're working with the knees and your knees are a little riggedy or a little tight in hips, then bouncing up and down is good. Once you get used to this, squat. And this is like a samurai rock. And then I'm rocking back and balancing now. I can do it without my hands. I can do it right here. But now I'm going to place my elbows inside of my thighs, placing my hands together in prayer mudra, and push the elbows into the inner leg and thigh, where you then are forcing your knees outward. You're bringing your knees outward and you're rotating at the hip joint. Bring your chest up, inhale. And this is my yoga squat, garland, or yoga squat in layman's terms. Really good for opening up the hips, lower back, and whatever's on your mind, it won't be on your mind now. The only thing on your mind should be, look at what's going on with my hips, and then you take your mind off of that onto the breath. That's the process. So breathing here, oh yes, it feels good. It starts to feel good later, if it doesn't feel good now. From here, I'd like you to reverse what happened with your hips by placing the knees down inward and kind of do like a alternating stretch with the hips rotating in the opposite direction. The hip is a ball and joint, a ball and socket joint, and then eventually you can bring the knees all the way together and sit down. Knees are closed, and we're here. Take a breath. Close your mouth and take pranayama breath, which is with your mouth closed and breathing into the back of the throat. And it helps to smile so that you understand you are meant for change. You are built for change. bringing your hands together in prayer, and then take a bow.